Once you stop thinking about what's in it for me, your ability to provide value to other people explodes because it's instead of just thinking about how you can get something from somebody and all the work it's going to take you, you just start plugging in other nodes in your network to each other, not thinking about how it's going to eventually return to you. I do the same thing to other people at my level, below my level, above, whatever you want to do. If you want to put it in terms of levels, I might connect an investor who's got $100 million fund to a startup person, or I might connect even different folks. Like one of the friends of mine who's really good at this. He just said, "Does anybody know Elon Musk?" One of the members of the Saudi royal family wants to meet him and talk business, and I had connected that person with other people, and they had eventually made that connection. That's huge,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
But if he's thinking, I really want to meet Elon Musk, how do you think that would have gone over, right? So it becomes a completely different game at both elite levels and even at the sort of, and I say low in air quotes because I don't like to stratify things, but even at the lowest levels in high school, it's like, all right, I really want to get into this college level advanced placement class. This is something I did when I was in high school. I want to get into this college placement class, but I know it's always full, and I know that the teacher reserves the right to choose the students. Everybody thought it was based on grades, and I thought, okay, if it's based on grades, I don't stand a chance. So what I did is I found out some things he was interested in and started sending him articles. And he would go, "This is great, thanks. This is great, thanks. Wow, good find. Where do you find this?" Because this is the 90s. Nobody had the web, right? So I would print things out and leave them on his desk. And I showed him how to use these websites that I was finding. And so when I requested to be in the class, I was probably first on the list. Reciprocity, one of those things where I do something for you, you feel like you want to do something for me at a subconscious level. There's all kinds of different frames where it's like, "Hey, Tony, can I borrow 1,000 pounds?" And you're like, "No." And I go, "Great. But do you have a quarter for a newspaper?" And you go, "Okay, well, that I can do." But if I had just started off by asking you for a newspaper, you might go, "I don't know. Let me look. I got to go. Bye." Right?
Yeah.
But you frame it in different. There's all kinds of little things that you see in advertising. Businesses do it. Your friends do it. Your people in relationships with you do it. Your kids do it. Your parents do it. You can't avoid these human concepts.
And one of the most important principles is liking, isn't it? We are motivated to be persuaded by people that we just like.
Exactly. Here's something I can teach in an audio-only format. People judge you by your first impression. Of course, that's common knowledge. The way, though, that your first impression is made is not when you open your mouth, but it's when people see you. And the reason that we know that is because you can't talk to people right when you meet them most of the time. Usually they see you first, and I don't think anybody needs me to prove that, right? So what we do to fix that is we have to delegate and relegate your nonverbal communication to the level of habit. And the way that you do that is by the way that I'll teach you right now. Every time you walk through a doorway, even in your own house, any doorway anywhere, straighten up, chin up, chest up, open body language, smile on your face. And you can do it right now wherever you're sitting.
Doing it now. Yeah,
do it now.
Doing it.
So just remember how this feels. Your back is straight. You got a smile on your face. You have your chin up, not too far, not that like criminal mugshot chin up type deal. But and you don't have to exaggerate the chest up thing. You'll look kind of like an idiot. But just straighten up and have that open body language and put on a smile. Doesn't even have to be a goofy grin. Just can be a normal sort of relaxed smile. If you do this every time you walk through a doorway, it will change your physiology such that this will become your default. Of course, we know that the mind follows the body and the body follows the mind. So it'll change your moods as well as your mindsets. But what it will actually do for purposes of the tip I just gave is ensure that next time you go down to Starbucks or next time you go out to a networking event or to the office, you don't have to think about the body language element anymore, because since you're just walking through doorways all the time and since this has become habit, it becomes your default.